Alex Eala's next big challenge. Can she conquer the Guangzhou Open? WTA 250. Showdown. The morning sun bathed Guangzhou, China in a soft haze of gold. The streets were alive with a hum of scooters, the scent of steam buns, and jasmine tea drifting through narrow alleys. But inside the quiet confines of a luxury hotel, Alexander Alex sat alone on her balcony, her racket resting beside her like an old friend. Below her, the world buzzed. Above her, silence. The Guangzhou Open, a WTA 250 event, wasn't the grandest stage of them all, but for Ella, it meant something deeper. It was a next step in her journey, the proof that she could not just compete among the world elite, but belong there. She sipped her tea slowly, her eyes fixed on the horizon. Somewhere beyond those clouds, the echoes of her last match still whispered, a narrow loss in Tokyo that had left her teary-eyed yet hungry. Now in Guangzhou, she had a chance to turn pain into power. This isn't about winning anymore, she murmured to herself. It's about becoming. From Manila to the world, Alex Eala's story was never one of overnight stardom. Born in Manila, Philippines, she grew up under the tropical sun, barefoot on tennis courts, her laughter mixing with the rhythm of bouncing balls, and her father's shouts of encouragement. She wasn't child, prodigy in the traditional sense. She was something rarer, a worker, a dreamer, and a believer. By the age of 15, she had already lifted trophies on the junior circuit, trained at the Rafin Nadal Academy, and carried the weight of a nation that had never produced a grand slam singles champion. Now at 20, she was a pride of Southeast Asia, fiery, graceful, and relentlessly humble. The Guangzhou Open was more than a tournament. It was a battlefield, a place to test not only her skill, but her resilience against names twice her ranking and experience. She looked at the draw sheet that lay on her table. The first round opponent was none other than Wang Xingyu, China's hometown favorite and crowd magnet. The local media was already buzzing. Home advantage. Can Wang defend against rising star Ella? Filipina phenom. To test Guangzhou hero and opener. Alex smiled faintly. She loved when people doubted her. It made her sharper. Arrival at the arena, the Chennai Sports Center was buzzing with energy as Alex arrived for her first practice session. The courts shimmered under morning light, the stands echoing with faint chatter and the rhythmic pop of rackets. As she stepped onto the hard court, her coach Daniel Gomez handed her a towel. Big week, he said. Feeling good? She nodded. Better than Tokyo. I've let that one go. Good, he said, because Guangzhou won't let you off easy. You're facing a hometown favorite on Chinese soil. I know, she said, her tone even, but the core doesn't have a passport. He grinned. That's my girl. The first few minutes of practice were quiet. Just the sound of balls cracking against strings. The rhythm of her footwork slicing through the air. Isla's game was poetry. And motion, heavy topspin forehands, surgical precision on the backhand, and a fighting spirit that glowed like embers beneath her calm surface. On the sidelines, young Chinese fans waved tiny Philippine flags, a gesture that made her smile between serves. For them, she was an opponent. She was a symbol, proof that Asia's next golden age of tennis was unfolding before their eyes. Match day madness. The stadium was full, the atmosphere electric. Cameras flashed. As Alex walked out onto court one, her ponytail swaying with purpose. Across the net stood Wang Xingyu, confident, smiling, the crowd roaring her name. The announcer's voice echoed through the speakers. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome from the Philippines, Alexandra. Ella, a cheer rose, not as loud as Wong's, but loud enough to make Alex glance toward the small section of Filipino fans waving banners. One sign read, "Bring the fire, Alex." The first set began. Wong came out swinging. Big. Serves, deep return controlled. Aggression. Alex countered with steady. Baseline play, absorbing pressure like water against rock. But Wong's power soon found cracks. 6-3. Wong. Alex sat on her bench breathing deeply. She wasn't frustrated. She was calculating. She's hitting my backhand. Corner. She whispered to her coach during the changeover. Next set, I'll pull her wide with angles. Make her run. When she returned to the court, her expression changed. The softness in her eyes turned into steel. The next set was a masterclass. Ella's defense became attack. Her patience a weapon. She broke. Wong served twice, silencing the crowd, with a stunning 6-2 turnaround. Now, it was one set apiece. The decider loomed. The rallies grew longer. Sweat glistening under the humid Guangzhou. Lights. Every shot fell heavier. Every point of battle will. At 55, Alex broke. Her with breathtaking backhand down the line. A shot that drew gas even from Wong supporters. Her final serve came like a thunderclap. A6 to 3-2 to 6-7-2. 5, victory. The interview that stole hearts. After shaking hands, Ella walked toward the mic for the post-match interview. Her hair was drenched, her smile soft but radiant. Back home, when Alex returned to Manila, the airport was packed with fans holding banners and flags. Children waved rackets in the air, shouting her name. Reporters crowded around as she stepped into the terminal. Alex, how does it feel to be the talk of the WTA this week? She laughed lightly. It feels inspiring because I see that this isn't just my story anymore. It's ours. Her humility made headlines. Sports networks across Asia called her the pride of the region. Brands reached out. Young girls began signing up for tennis lessons, saying they wanted to be like 8 Alex. The ripple effect had begun, a promise to herself. Weeks later, at her training base in Spain, Alex returned to grind. Early mornings, endless drills, the rhythm of discipline. Her coach watched as she hit one forehand after another, sweat pouring down her face. Still thinking about Guangzhou, he asked. She smiled, hitting another clean winner. Every point, every mistake, every heartbeat. I carry it with me. He nodded approvingly. And what's next? She wiped her face, looking at him with quiet fire. The next challenge, the next tournament, the next mountain. Then she added with a grin, Guangzhou didn't beat me, it built me. The unwritten future. Months later, during the year-end WTA press conference, a journalist asked Coco Gauff which young player she thought could rise fastest in the next 2 seasons. Without hesitation, Coco smiled and said, Alexa, she's fearless, and when fearlessness meets focus, the world better watch out. That quote would soon go viral, fueling headlines, inspiring fans, and reminding everyone that Alex Eala's story had only just begun. The Guangzhou Open wasn't just another tournament. It was a glimpse into making a legend, a 20-year-old Filipina rewriting what it means to dream beyond borders, to fight beyond fear, and arise beyond limits. As one commentator said during her final match, you can feel in the way she moves, in the way she plays. This isn't the end of Alex Eala's journey. It's her prologue, and in that truth lay the promise of something beautiful. The next time she walks into Guangzhou, she won't be the challenger. She'll be the one to beat Thank you for watching. Please, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share. Till next,